All right, hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I'm gonna give honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Hahakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to my fellow Akim and Akwat out there that follow Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai with truth and sincerity. I like to say shalom. This is your brother Ashemaiah. Okay, back with another lesson. And I pray that you brothers and sisters have had a beautiful Passover, beautiful time to, sup with the Lord, pray to the Lord, what I'm saying, stick with the, stay close to the spirit, praying, healing, fasting for Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. And I pray that the Lord, you know, um, increases you brothers and sisters' faith, man, as he is increasing my faith as well. What I'm saying? We in some beautiful times, man. All right, the title of this lesson can be called Blood Shall Pursue You Edomites. And who are the Edomites according to the Bible? So-called white people, Caucasians. But here's the thing. All right, if your lineage go back to Esau, Edom by your father's side, okay, by if your father's paternal patriarchal paternal bloodline, okay, you are an Edomite. Okay, even if you look white or black, Latino, Native American, if your father goes back to Esau, Edom by your father's side, you're an Edomite. Okay, you are the antagonist in the scriptures, man. Okay, but if your father goes back to so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, the 12 tribes of Yasharala, Israel. If your lineage go back to Jacob, okay, Israel, by your father's side, you are an Israelite, even if you are so-called black, Latino, Native American, even if you look white, because you have a lot of white people. Stop, give me a second. Slakia about that. Slakia. Back to I was saying, because you have a lot of so-called white people that are Israelites. Okay, for example, Eminem, Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? That chick, Zara Larson, okay, Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, those are Israelites, but they got that white look. Bill Burr, I believe Kevin James, I believe he's an Israelite because not just by their bloodline, but by their spirit. Okay, you have a lot of so-called white people that are Israelites. And you have on the other hand, you have a lot of so-called black people that are Edomites. You got a lot of so-called Latinos, okay, Native Americans that are Edomites, and they're called tares. Okay, we in the tares, man. So this is not a so-called black versus white thing, which it is about race, but it's more than that. It's about bloodline versus bloodline. Okay, the bloodline of Jacob versus the bloodline of Esau, Edom. Jacob, the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, the Seminole Indians, all right, Caribbean islanders, indigenous people of North Central South America and the Caribbean islands, and a lot of West Africans are Israelites, and also the bloodline of Esau, Edom, so-called Caucasians, Europeans, white Americans, man. Okay, so this is not just about race; it's about bloodline as well. Okay, Jacob versus Esau, and you Edomites, y'all have slaughtered, all right, marginalized, oppressed the people of Israel, Yasharallah, the true Israelites, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indies, and Haitians for 500 years plus, man. Slovakia. Drink some water real quick. And now that you've seen your country falling, now that the curses are hopping on you Edomites, you so-called white people, okay, you can't handle the curses, man. Right when I'm doing the lesson, now I'm start coughing and all that type of shit, man. I was calm, cool, and collected. I was everything was my throat was cool until I started this lesson. Everything wanna, you know, allergies, man. Now my allergies want to mess up and shit. But back to what I was saying, man, you Edomites, y'all have been persecuting, destroying, vexing, afflicting the children of Israel, the children of Yasharallah for 500 plus years. And now that the tables are turning, now that you're seeing a total Jakeover, because yes, Jake is taking over. Okay, Jake is taking over sports, music, food, television, okay, commercials, TV, okay, writing, creativity, okay, for these past decades. And now that the curses are hopping on y'all can't handle the curses, man. And not just you Edomites, but all you heathens, man. But I'm gonna start with you Edomites first, because you so-called white people, y'all have persecuted us the most. You're the one that put drugs in our communities. You're the ones that brought hell and vexation upon our people. From the North American Indians to the Central South Americans and the Latinos to even to the Negroid tribes, man. All right, the Southern Kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so-called African Americans, Caribbean Islanders, and Haitians, man. And many of our people that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The truth is out that you Edomites, y'all the worst, the most demonic, the most evilest, the most racist, the most vexing people on the planet Earth, man. Okay, you are born to be wicked. And the wicked is not going to go unpunished, man. I'm going to play this video real quick. Now, these 4 TikTok videos, I got some scriptures. Okay, let me grab that scripture real quick. The wicked shall not go unpunished. I'm gonna save this real quick. I'm gonna say that for the last. Actually, I could grab this, man. You know what? Fuck it, I'll grab this. This Proverbs 11:21. Though hand joined in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So, right, who is the wicked? Okay, not just the 2/3 of our people, but the main wicked of the planet Earth is Esau, Edom, and the heathens, but mainly Esau, Edom, the so-called white men, the Caucasians, white people, basically. And let me just remind you, you have a lot of white people that are Israelites by their father's side. Okay, you have a lot of speckled birds, but if your lineage go back to Esau, Edom by your father's side, you are Edomite, no matter what you look like. Shalakia. So the wicked is not going to go unpunished. You Edomites are not going to go scot-free, you know, holding hands and walking towards the sunset and calling it a happy ever after. No, man. You have to pay for what you did throughout history, man. For what you did to the so-called Native Americans, okay, so-called blacks, or so-called Hispanics, and all life on this planet. You created forever chemicals. What's it called? Forever plastics. Yep. It says per polyfluoroalkyl substance. Okay, per and polyfluoroalkyl substance are groups of synthetic organofluorine chemical compounds that have multiplied fluorine atoms attached to an alkyl chain. 7 million such chemicals are listed in Pew Chems. No, not right now. Not right now. It's locking my cat. So it says, if you ever heard of forever chemicals, you may be wondering what just it means. It says, just what it means, Locky. It refers to a group of thousands of man-made chemicals known as per or polyfluoroalkyl substance, known as PFAS. PFAS, forever chemicals. These chemicals, come on, stop. Go ahead. These chemicals were developed in the 1940s to make products that were resistant to water, oil, heat, or staining. And who created that? Not so-called Negroes, not so-called Latinos, not so-called Native Americans, so-called white people, man. Because y'all was the dominant people in the 1940s and 50s. That was y'all time of rulership. That was y'all peak in American history. That's why Trump want to go back to the golden days of America, where Esau was the top and everybody that was people, that was a person of color was at the bottom. Okay, The time where Esau can walk the sidewalks without nigga, being seen, man. Because back then, blacks couldn't walk on the sidewalk. If you saw Edomites walking on the sidewalk, Jake had to walk in the street. Back in them days, being called a nigger, a spit, being hung. Okay, so it was you Edomites that created all this, the forever chemicals, chemtrails. Okay, putting artificial flavors in your food. Okay, putting cancerous chemicals in our clothes and our food. This is you Edomites that are doing this, not us. And this Jake, now I'm about to show you. Slacky. This Jake, I'm about to show you. He breaking it down, man. Okay, it was you Edomites, man, that do all this shit. So I'm gonna play this video real quick. I'm gonna hold on.
Normally, when I hear as a man,
hold on.
It's another thing white people like to do.
Play from the beginning.
I'm gonna tell you something white people like to say when they become woke. Humans really could have had a beautiful little existence on this earth, just creating art and eating fruit. Instead, we have credit scores and taxes. Humans were having a beautiful life, creating art, creating society, creating structures, eating fruit, eating off the land, great agricultural practices. We was doing all that until white people came along. Who the fuck came up with the idea for credit scores and taxes if it wasn't a cracker? Mm-hmm. White people, y'all gotta stop saying humans and start saying white people. Because the humans was doing that. Mm-hmm. And then they came upon white people. They came upon white people. The humans was out here eating fruit, dancing, reading the stories in the skies, telling folk tales to our children. Maybe have a little scuffle with a little faction over there of some research. A little scuffle. Mm-hmm. Hey man, this our side of the river. You know what I'm saying? Y'all fish over there. You know what I'm saying? If y'all done fished it dry, oh fucking well, bitch. But don't come over here and do we gotta go to what? I got the face paint ready, bitch. Ready. You know what I'm saying? Little village scuffles. Right. No credit scores, no jails.
And right, he making a good point because, Jake is a little off with the dreads and Christ and all that shit, but he making a great point. And this could be a Gadite. I can see in the face. He could be Northern Kingdom. All right, but yeah, because all them characteristics that he brought up, where people living off the land, that a lot of the Northern Kingdom was pertaining, not just mainly all the Northern Kingdom before colonization. All right, mainly Gad. All right, down to Issachar and Reuben and Zebulun and Ephraim. They was all the tribes were living off the land. Shit, even the other nations in their own lands. Okay, Elam, Moab, Ammon. They were all, even though they were heathens, they still lived off the land. Okay. Mainly our people, okay. Mainly Gad. Gad was, the brother that's bringing up the point. Gad was living off the land. Shit, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, and even when it was ruling in Europe and mostly in West Africa, they was living off the land. But who wasn't? Who was the most barbarous, the most barbarian, ruthless nation on the planet? Edomites, man. Okay, these other nations didn't have taxes. I mean, they did. Shlocky, let me take that back. Actually, the taxes go back to us. Okay, but when I mean taxes, these other nations didn't have taxes. They didn't have the form of Esau's taxes. Okay, the Edomite way of taxing, of taxes. Every nation had taxes. Don't get me wrong, but it was the Edomite way that was it was corruptible. Because when we go to the scriptures, the Old Testament, we had taxes. Okay, but it was rightful because the Most High gave us the laws of how to sustain a society, money, economical ways, social ways. All right. Employment. Working for a man for 7 years. Okay. Everything was lawful. But Esau twisted that shit up. Now everyone got to pay taxes. Everybody got to pay federal tax, income tax, all these taxes they give onto this wicked ass Edomite system. But this is why their system is falling, because it was built on bloodshed and lies, man. And he's right. He said when white people become woke, they say humans. No, it wasn't humans. Yeah, you gotta look like you said, you had nations that had a little scuffle. Because look at the history of Gad and Reuben, man. Look at the history of Gad. There was hundreds of Native American tribes, and yeah, they was warring against each other amongst themselves, but they knew that they were all the same nation by the spirit. They all knew they were all Gadites. They couldn't actually know that they were Israelites, but they knew that they were the same people. Same thing with Reuben. Hey, should look at Moab and Ammon. Those two nations before Esau colonized Japan and China, when they arrived Japan and China, Moab and Ammon was going at it. When two nations are related, they go at it the most because they're related. They're blood. They're the same nation. They're from the same lineage. Look at Issachar. Go into history to the Aztecs. Man, there was many nations. You know, Aztecs wasn't the only nations. Man, it was a lot of many kingdoms and tribes and nations of Issacharites that was fighting against each other. But when Esau got into when Esau got into the scene, it was game over for all the nations, man. Even us, the nation of Israel, because this man is the bloodiest man on the planet Earth. He loves war. He loves chaos. He loves division. He loves when there's battle and screaming and terror and blood. This man loves it, man. That's like a fragrance to his nose, man. He loves to smell the blood of his enemies on his hands, man.
Then the boat pull up, and who get off the boat, Big Cat? White people. White people get off the boat, and then they start talking about loans and taxes and owning land and property and all this different shit. And then what do they bring with them? Diseases, nigga. I don't want this idea to keep floating around like white people was just out here just conquering the goddamn earth by the rule of their goddamn iron fist. No, nigga, y'all was getting people sick everywhere y'all went because y'all are dirty and unsanitized, and y'all still are.
Yeah. If you do the history of the Aztecs, okay, I love the history of Issachar, man, because that's our people. Because the Mexicans, the word Mexican goes back to the word Mashiach, man. Okay, anointed people. Because the Mexicans, they knew that they were the Issacharites, man. They knew that they were a holy people, man. Our Aztecs. Were Aztecs clean? Cleaner than Europeans, and it's true. At a time in Europe when street cleaning was almost non-existent, people have emptied their overflowing chamber pots into the streets as a matter of course. But truthfully, them Spaniards, they were dirty. They was disgusting. They was throwing shit out their fucking window onto the streets. Okay, you think Detroit is dirty? You think hey, down south is dirty, man? Hey, nah, Europe was fucking when Jake was slowly being removed out of the scene when Esau was coming in, Europe was becoming defiled, man. Dirty, disgusting. People was washing 3 times a year, hair filled with lice and fucking dandruff. Hey, when Jake was ruling Europe, even though Jake was going off, Jake still had a cleaning class. They had a class about them. They had a form of elegance, uprightness about them. Even when they were Vikings and the Anglo-Saxons and the Celtic tribes of Ireland and Scotland, the Scottish tribes, hey, Jake was clean, man. But when Esau came into during the Renaissance era, which means rebirth, because Renaissance means rebirth, hey, Europe became a place from a powerful landmass, a powerful land to a defiled land. And when them Spaniards, them Edomites came into the scene, hey, they filled them streets up with disgust, man. Just trash, abominations, shit. They was stinking, man. But on the other side of the world, in the Western world, Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali, but mainly Issachar, all the tribes of the Northern Kingdom, but mainly I want to speak of Issachar, they were very, very clean people. Okay, Issachar was super clean, man. Their cities was organized, clean. And when they used to take human feces and use it as fertilizer to grow their crops, man. It says in the streets, as a matter of course, the Aztecs employed 1,000 public services cleaners to sweep and water their streets daily, built public toilets in every neighborhood, and transport. Hold on, go there real quick. Yep. It says transport human waste in canoes for use as fertilizer, and they still do that to this day. Even though Mexico is a little, even though Mexico is messed up, a lot of them them central countries, Central South American countries are messed up, but the Northern Kingdom still kept that cleanliness to them. Okay? But they like to call Mexicans and our Latino brothers and sisters dirty. But the Mexicans, those are the tribe of Issachar. There we go. Yeah, the word Mexico go back to the Mexique people, which go back to the word Messiah, okay? Which basically they name is actually means anointed people, man. They're Israelites, man. Issachar, Zebulon, the Guatemalans, and Hondurans, Ecuadorians. Okay, those are Israelites. Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, those are Israelites. But Esau will say these people are taking our jobs, they're dirty, they're defiled. No, man, those are Israelites, man. And the reason why they're like that, a lot of it makes Issachar is just niggas because hey, they found like the Esau Edom, man. It says while London was drawing its drinking water from the polluted rivers, yet the polluted river Thames as late as 1854, the Aztecs supplied their capital city with fresh water from the nearby hill of Chapultepec. Wait, Chapultepec. I can't pronounce that. I'm Shalakia. Call it Chapultepec by means of two aqueducts. The first built by Nazat Quato, Nazato Quato between 1466 and 1478. The second some 20 years later by the rule of Azutuatl. The symbolic importance of water, the Aztecs declared from their metaphorical word for city, Etel Atapatl, which means literally water mountain, and Natul. So aquatics were described by Hernan Cortez, which he was an Edomite, in 1520, Shalakia. Along one of the causeways to this great city run two aqueducts made of mortars. Each one is 2 paces wide and some 6 feet deep. And along one of them, of the stream of very good fresh water, as wide as a man's body, flowing into the heart of the city. From this they will all drink. The other, which is empty, used when they're washed to clean the first channel, where the aqueducts cross the bridges. The water passed along some channels which are wide as an ox, so they are served the whole city. So right, they had advanced aqueducts, man. But they will call Mexicans inferior, man. They're taking our jobs. They're dirty. They stink. No, man, they were very advanced, man. And the reason why they're not advanced now because they're conquered. See that the curses. We were conquered. We were conquered as a nation, but also the curses because we went off, man. The tribe of Issachar, Zebulon, but mainly Issachar, all the tribes. But I'm speaking of mainly Issachar, were very, very clean, man. This is but probably nothing seemed more bizarre to the Spaniards than the Aztecs' attitude to personal hygiene. In a word, they value cleanness. All right, we're a clean people, man. All Israel is a clean people. Okay, shit, you wear a white t-shirt, you make sure there's not a single wrinkle, a stain. Shit, go walk out the house with a white t-shirt. You spill something on that white tee. You'll be mad as fuck, like, man, what the fuck? Because that stain is shown amongst that white colored shirt, man. If Jake had one drop of a food stain, grease stain, a ketchup stain, Jake will run back to the house to get another white tee. Shit, Jake will wash up before even wearing a nice ass white tee. You know what I'm saying? Because that's in our spirit to be a clean people. Esau is defiled, man. He's violent in the fucking earth. It says the conquistadors Andres de Tepa reported in a tone of wonder that Montezuma bathed twice a day. He did, but there was nothing extraordinary about that for an Aztec, since everybody, according to the Jesuit historian Francisco Javier Calavero, bathed often, many of them every day in the waters, shocking the rivers, lakes, and pools. So, right, they were very clean people, man. Oh, it says their documents also make frequent mention of deodorants, breath fresheners, what's it called? Differences. Spaniards of the time cleaned their teeth with urine. See, Edomites, man, as also it says, as well as bathed in lakes and rivers, the Aztecs cleaned themselves often daily in low sauna-like hot houses. Right? They had saunas. They had shampoo. Aloe vera, that plant aloe vera, But it's a very healthy plant. You can use it for you can use it for shampoo and conditioner. Mainly grown location. See, it says aloe is a cactus-like plant that grows in hot, dry climates. It is grown in subtropical regions around the world, including southern borders areas of Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. Who dominate these lands? Issachar. All right, so-called Mexicans. This is their land. Ain't Gad, but Issachar, man. I don't know where I look. I don't know. I don't know how I came across this path, but I'm gonna go back to that video, man. But this shows you, man, that we are very clean people. And these Edomites, man, they go into slavery, man.
It's in your genes, baby. Y'all wasn't thinking about eating no goddamn fruit and doing no art. Y'all was thinking of new ways to subjugate niggas. Steal their art, put it in museums, and charge niggas to view it. Oh, they always want to think, man, we could be doing so much more, and always leave out the part if it wasn't for us. Mm-hmm. We ruined the human way of life. Yeah. And a lot of times, and you know, if we want to go back to the class thing, a lot of times it's not that every single white person came with the idea, is that all of y'all were complicit and participated because it benefited you. Therefore, you have to be held accountable. It is another thing white people like to do.
All right, and they're gonna be held accountable, brother. Okay. Yeah, he be making a lot of good points on TikTok, you know, when I come across his videos. But yeah, they're gonna be held accountable. Okay, this is another video. Okay. But yeah, man, you Edomites, man, y'all gonna be held accountable for what you have done. Not just all life on earth, but mainly what you did to the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians. Okay, because those are the children of Yahshua, the children of God, and all life on earth, even the other nations. Okay, but you other nations, y'all going to slavery too, because you want to live like just like this devil, man. And plus,
wouldn't have nothing to eat.
Fuck you other nations, man. Moab, Edom, Elam, Moab, Ishmael,
like
fuck you other nations, man. All right, because y'all just like Esau, y'all just miniature wicked, man, miniature evil.
White people.
I'm gonna play this video real quick. So Shalaki.
Bro, like we were talking about earlier, the projecting. White people didn't even consider us human, 3/5 human. That was never our problem. Our main problem is why we considered them human in the first place. If anybody 3/5, look at that behavior. Who eat people? Who would feed a baby to an alligator? Who would do that? Who would exterminate buffalo just so people wouldn't have nothing to eat? Wouldn't have a
Now, let me say this. Esau is wicked, but the Lord used Esau as a sword because we went off, man. Okay, we went against Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Grab that scripture real quick. Shalaki for me rambling. I'm gonna grab where is it? It was Baruch. Isaiah Baruch. Let me see. There we go. This is Baruch 4:6. Okay. Yep, he says, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, because you have moved Yahweh to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies, right? Who are our enemies? Psalms 86. Sorry, Psalms 83. Psalms 83. Okay, the Edomites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Japhites, Ishmael, Ham. Okay, the Philistines. Okay. Amalek. These are our enemies, man. The so-called Chinese, Japanese, the so-called East Indians and Hindus, so-called Hawaiians, Samoans, and Tongans, so-called Africans of Hamitic descent, because you got a lot of Jake that's in Africa. So-called Jayish people are the tiny tops, side twisted, big sideburns, curly sideburn people, man. And the so-called white man, the Caucasians, Europeans, white Americans, those are our enemies, man. Those are the people that are against the nation of Yasharallah that want us to be destroyed forever, man. But here's the thing: the Lord used them as a sword for our punishment. Now that we're coming out of our punishment, now that we know that who Yahweh Shem Yahushua is, all right, who's our God, and we're calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua every single day, praying, fasting, studying, memorizing scriptures. Okay, while we're coming close to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the curses are slowly creeping up on the heathens, man. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. Grab this real quick. It's First Kings 9:7. Then I'll cut off Israel out of the land which I've given them. Right. What land is that? The land of Israel. You think them small heads belong to that land? No, man. They're like the scripture said, they are Bashan, Ashdod. Amalek doesn't belong in the land of Israel. He claims that he's the chosen people, that he's the true Jew, but he's not. Y'all the Amalekites, y'all the worst of all the heathens. Y'all the worst of all the Edomites. The Lord put them in that land for prophecy wise. But hey, before they came in, we was inhabiting that land. Even during the time of the Romans, the Greeks, the Persians. Jake was mainly Jake. That's not promise. That's our promised land. That's our original land. All right. Jake want to talk about America's the true holy land or Africa. No, man. Fuck all that. The land of Israel belongs to us. That's the promised land that the Lord gave unto our forefather Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the children of Israel. But we went off. We sinned against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and he cut off the nation of Israel from that land. Now that we're in the Western Hemisphere, we call it so-called Black, Latino, Native American. I'm gonna read this again. I'm gonna read this because the scripture is saying what I'm saying. It says, then I'll cut off Israel out of the land which I give them, and this house which I have hallowed for my name, while I cast out of my sight. Okay. And Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people, right? Called a nigger, a spick, monkey, a gorilla, a savage, an Indian. I ain't no fucking Indian, man. Okay? Indian goes back to the word servant. Elam is a fucking servant. I'm not no servant, man. I'm not no goddamn Seminole Indian. I'm a Reubenite, man. Brothers, you are Judites, man. You're not so-called African Americans. How can you be African and American? You brothers that are the tribe of Benjamin. You're not no Caribbean islander. You're the sons of Benjamin. You're the daughters of Benjamin, man. You Levites, y'all not Haitians. The word Haiti means hell. Y'all not the children of hell. Y'all the children of Levi, man. Y'all the priest. You Latino brothers and sisters, man. You're not Mexican. Okay? You're not Guatemalan. You're not Argentinian. You're not Chilean, Brazilian, Puerto Rican, Dominican. Y'all are the northern kingdom. The sons of Ephraim, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Naphtali, Simeon, Manasseh. You're not these nationalities and words and names that the heathen gave y'all, man. And that y'all claim for yourselves, man. You know, you the children of Yahweh. Y'all the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Hey, you Native Americans, y'all not, yeah, you are indigenous to this land, but you are the tribe, y'all the children of Gad, man. Troop. The name Gad means troop. Y'all the warrior tribe, man. But in this land, we're called so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, but we're not that, man. We're not black. We're not Latino. We're not Latinx. We're not indigenous, aboriginal. We are the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the children of Yasharallah. Yasharallah, man, princes and princesses of the power. We're coming back to that, man. Yeah, we're called nigga, nigga speaking wetback and Native American, savage, this, that, and the third right now, but the Lord is bringing us back to that holy rulership and that holy bloodline. The Lord has turned us into from Jake in the world to gods, man. We're about to become gods, man. Princes and princesses that's about to rule the whole galaxies, all life on earth, man. The gods of the earth, man. We're royal people. But this nigga Esau, he made you niggers. He created the idea of a nigga. Actually, Esau's the original nigga. The Amalekites, them small hats, they the niggas, man. The Jayish people, they're the true niggas, man. The people with the white and blue flag of the star, so-called Star of David, because King David never wrecked the star, man. Okay, those are true niggas, man. The Zionists, the JH people, are the people that like to change their last names when they enter to a new land, change their whole fucking JH name into a regular name. Hey, those are the true niggas, man. Not you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. But 2/3 gotta be cut off because they got the mind of a nigga. They gotta die as a nigga, man. They have a mindset of a heathen. Okay. So the Lord used these nations as a whooping stick for our punishment. But now that we're coming out of our punishment, now we're calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that's a blessing to call on the name of the Lord, man. With all faith, with all might, with all sincerity. Come on, man. That's a beauty. Come on. You know how many Jake out here that's fucked up? They can't call on nothing, man. They can't call on the Lord. They can't call on nobody. They can call on Jesus. They can call on Allah. They can call all these gods and idols. But none of those gods ain't going to help them because they're not true, man. They're not real gods, man. Those are false idols. Like the scripture said, the gods of the nations are nothing. But the Lord made the heavens. The Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, made the heavens and the earth. The air that we breathe, the food that we eat, the water that we drink. The Lord created all that, man. So it's time to come back to the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Hey, fuck Jesus, man. Fuck Allah. And when I mean Jesus, I'm talking about that white painted Jesus. Not talking about Yahushai. All right, all praise Yahushai and Mashiach. But fuck all these idols of these nations. Jesus Christ, Allah, Buddha, Krishna, okay? The belief of evolution and Scientology. Fuck all them things, man. We the children of the Most High God, Yahweh and the Son, Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, man. So let me play this real quick. It says, kill every buffalo you can.
Just to punish people. Who would give people disease? Look at that behavior. Who eat people? Who would feed a baby to an alligator? Who would do that?
Esau eat them.
Who would exterminate buffalo just so people wouldn't have nothing to eat, wouldn't have a source?
Kill every buffalo you can. Every buffalo dead is an Indian gone. Right? They wanted to wipe out Gad and Reuben, mainly Gad. Because Gad had a large majority. Gad dominated North America, man. Everywhere you go, from Oregon to California to down, across, Arkansas, Pennsylvania, Florida, all of these 50 states, even to Alaska, even to northern Canada, that was predominantly Gad. The Eskimos up there that live in them icy lands in Canada, man, those are Gadites, man. The Tlingit people, okay, the Tlingit people are the Salish people, okay, the Haida tribes of Oregon and Seattle. Even Seattle goes back to a Native American name, a Native American man, okay. Seattle, okay, that's how you pronounce it, Seattle, okay. That's all Gad, man. Gad dominated this land. But Esau, when he came into the scene, he killed all the buffalo, so Gad will starve out, man. So fuck you, Edomites, man. Get ready for slavery.
It's a food, just to punish people. Who would give people disease-ridden blankets? Who would do this? Who would create black codes? If you walking along the train line, you going to prison. Vagrancy laws. Same thing they doing now. Our issue isn't our humanity. Our issue is trying to prove our humanity to people who don't behave in a humane way. Bro, like we were talking about earlier, the projecting. White people didn't even consider us human, 3/5 human. That was never our problem. Our main problem is why we considered them human in the first place.
The video, we'll play this up. We'll play this another video. So we'll play this real quick.
Genetic outlier, born from a recessive mutation with a ticking clock on your DNA, you have to lie to survive. Let's get into it. Modern Europeans carry between 2 to 4% Neanderthal DNA. That's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, that whole Neanderthal thing, the whole evolution, we came out of caves. No, that doesn't exist. The earth is 6,000 years old. When the Lord was creating the planet, okay? When the Lord was creating everything, one day with the Lord is 1,000 years. So it took 6,000 years to create this planet. All right. It was the Elohim that created everything. Okay. Those powerful spirits that created everything that you see. from the trees, animals, okay, the fish, the waters, the sky, the firmament, okay, even the stars, the planets that you see was created by the Elohim. But all the credit do go back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So that whole Neanderthal thing that we evolved from monkeys. Hey man, that's Esau. No matter of fact, evolution is a is basically like a scientific racist joke that Esau created because hey, in truth and reality, Esau do know that he originated from people of color. Who was Esau's father? Isaac. Okay. Isaac and what was it? Isaac and Rebecca? Yeah, yeah, Isaac and Rebecca, which were so-called Negroes. If Isaac and Rebecca was here in today, they'll be so-called black. But he knows that he originated from people of color, that he has black relatives. So he created this thing over time, starting with that nigga, what's his name, Charles Darwin. Okay. The concept of evolution where everything originated from a different species millions of years ago, or a certain region and this, that, and third, we originated from monkeys. Hey man, that's Esau's scientific from a way of making fun of Jake. Because he's literally calling you a monkey. Like Esau is the superior person that's being evolved from a monkey, which is Jake. Because he do say that so-called mankind originated from Africa, which is a lie because the scripture says that Jerusalem is the mother of us all, man. This is Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is above free, which is the mother of us all, right? All nations originated from that land of Israel, man. But the main nation that's chosen that belongs to that land is the nation of Yasharallah. So this devil, he created all these lies of so-called Neanderthals, so-called black people are monkeys, this, that, and the third. We all originated from Africa 600,000 years ago. See the fossils? No, man. And that whole Neanderthal concept, that goes back to y'all in the caves, man. When Jake was ruling Europe. When Jake was ruling Europe, that caused the whole movie Quest of Fire. That was Esau during the time when Jake was ruling Europe. That's what got this character called the Wild Man. Oh, Wild Man, European. The Wild Man. Yep, the Wild Man of the woods is a mythical figure in motive resembling a hairy human that appears in art and literature of medieval Europe. And who was hairy? Esau Edom. He came out like a hairy garment. Okay, this were Esau Edom when Jake was ruling Europe, man. This is where the character or the whole scientific character Neanderthal came from. Okay, like that movie. it was a movie growing up. Where the Wild Things Are. Where the Wild Things Are. See, this is just a little book illustration, but they look like Edomites, man. Because Esau was hairy. When you watch that movie and read the book, the monsters was basically based off Esau. You know, this is just a caricature, a mythological caricature of Esau living in the woods during the time of Europe, man. All big and hairy, big noses. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's Esau, man. But that's where they get the book Where the Wild Things Are. They got the inspiration of the monsters. I believe it goes back to the Wild Man. All right, see, it's Esau during the time when Jake was ruling Europe, man, because they couldn't shave. All right, if Edomite don't shave for the next 5 or 10 years, he'll be a hairy motherfucker, man. So I'm gonna play this real quick.
Conspiracy theory. That's confirmed by peer-reviewed journals like Nature, Science Advances, and Cell. The Neanderthals were not some mystical master race. They were cold-adapted hominins who lived in caves, scavenged for food, and operated in small, isolated groups. They weren't the future. They were a failed branch of the human tree.
And when they speak of Neanderthals, remember, you got to take in the meat, spit out the bones. When they speak of Neanderthals, they actually speak of Edomites because they're the bases of men. They're the vilest people. They're the lowest people. The lowest people on the planet Earth. The lowest of all mankind is the Edomites. So it wasn't no fucking evolution. They lived in caves. They did live in caves. during the time of the medieval age when Jake was ruling Europe, even during the time when Job was around, man. Even Job said that they used to fiddle on the bushes, and when they speak, they growl, man. So these nations, these Edomites, they're base people, man. So don't take into this whole Neanderthal, evolution thing. Take in the meat, spit out the bones. So when you hear Neanderthal, you gotta think of Edomites, man. So let me play this.
And those Neanderthal traits still show up in their descendants. Lower sociability, higher aggression, light skin and light eyes, red or straight hair, high pain tolerance, shorter limb ratios, and a disconnection from nature's rhythms. They weren't creators, they weren't builders. They were survivors of harsh, sun-starved environments until they weren't. They died out. Not because they were killed off, but because their own epigenetic behavior, their limited fertility, isolationist tendencies, and lack of social cohesion couldn't sustain their species. Their extinction is a warning, not a blueprint. So how did they live on? Through interbreeding with Homo sapiens. And that's where modern Europeans come in. The Neanderthal ghost genome lives inside.
Now, you brothers can watch the rest of the video yourselves, but well, I could continue playing the same. I could continue playing this video, but the whole Homo sapien, which that word, truthfully, Homo sapien means wise man or a man of upright. And who is the upright man? Jake. So Jake is the true Homo sapien. Okay, so-called blacks, Latino, Native Americans is a true Homo sapien. But Esau, with this whole science and the whole human race, we're the Homo sapiens of Earth and this that hominids and all that shit. You got to remove yourself from that because that's his form of lies, man. Esau just like to lie about shit about science and evolution. You know that we all originated from monkeys and the monkeys originated from a mouse. It's just abomination, man. It's just blasphemy. Okay, truthfully, our Israelites, we originated from the children, the sons of God, man, during the time of Noah. Okay, and when Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob came on the scene, when Jacob had his sons, we were known as the children of Israel, the 12 tribes. While this man, this devil, he was the Edomites, man.
Them today. And ironically, that same genetic signature they carry is the very thing they now weaponize to claim superiority. But here's where it gets deeper. Even some East Africans, like Ethiopians, show slightly elevated Neanderthal DNA. Not because they interbred directly with Neanderthals, but because of Eurasian backflow. Invaders from the
Yeah, and it's not a genetic thing because you got Jake that got this look, this blonde hair and blue eye look. It's a spiritual thing, and it's a lineage thing. Okay, so let me grab this real quick. Actually, I'm gonna play this. I can grab this real quick. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? And who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. Because everywhere they go, they plagiarize. All right, I kind of white face the whole world, basically. Whitewash. That's the term I was looking for. Whitewash the whole world. Epstein's wife. What's Epstein's? That dude, Epstein's wife. Yep, Ghislaine Maxwell. Type in her name real quick. Father, okay, owned textbooks, man. What's the textbooks company? Maxwell Publisher. Yep. This is in 1998. The Random House sold its school and college textbooks divisions to Max Graw-Hill. In 1989, Max Graw-Hill formed a joint partnership with Robert Maxwell of forming the second largest textbook publisher in the United States. Max Graw-Hill took full ownership of the venture in 1993. So Ghislaine Maxwell's father, which they're Amalekites, owned a textbook company where majority of the textbooks that kids use today in school goes back to this man. Okay. And we all heard of McGraw-Hill's. You had a McGraw textbook in history class, social science, science class, English class, and those are very, very racist textbooks, man. And they show you in them textbooks that they plagiarize and whitewash the true images of people throughout history, man. I ain't gonna show you. Hold on. who was the Egyptian dude that looked like Edomite? Egypt. Hold on, let me see. White Egyptian. Yeah, see, this is a famous images in the textbooks, man. Okay, they plagiarize the people. It says the Egyptians were ancient race of Caucasians. Well, yeah, Esau did rule in Egypt during the time of Ptolemy, but this man, throughout history, he plagiarized nations of people to, make them looking like him, having blonde eyes, blonde hair, blue eyes. Okay, fair skin. All right, iconoclasm, man. Okay, the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. And if he did that to them Hamites to meet them true Egyptians, how much is the children of Israel? That's why we go to Egypt. He cut off the noses because that so-called black nose, that broad nose and thick lips. If Moses in the scriptures, if Moses said that he looked like those people in that region, how much is the children of Israel? So that means that the so-called children of Israel look like similar to them Hamites, black, but not just black, because we're different shades of brown, but the features, man. So this man throughout history, he colonized and whitewashed everything. Okay, he claimed himself to be the Vikings, the Spartans, okay, the Anglo-Saxons, the Irish, which those people were Israelites, people of color. He claimed himself to be the the knights of the Teutonic Knights, the Crusaders. Or he whitewashed everything, man. And he put his image up throughout the world like he's the closest thing to God. What's that painting? Adam and God painting. They call it the finger, if I'm not mistaken, the creation of Adam. This is blasphemous, man. Okay? Adam and the Most High did not look like this in the scriptures. They're the opposite color, man. Adam was a so-called black man. And Yahweh, hey, the Most High God, he's a so-called black man. I'm saying so-called black, but they're beings of melanin, pigmentation, very, very dark brown skin, and woolly hair, man. So this is blasphemous. This man has plagiarized the whole world, thinking that the Most High God is white, and that his son, from Adam to in the reincarnation, Yahweh Shai, so-called Jesus, was white as well. No, man. This is complete wickedness, and he has to pay for that. This man has covered the faces of the judges thereof. And this is another form of white supremacy. If you could paint the gods, the mythologies, the kings and rulers and mythical figures and historical figures as white, the whole world gonna think that the so-called white man is a god, which he's not. He's viler than the earth, man. And he's the wicked. And it says that he covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So where is this man? Who is he? The so-called white man. The Caucasians, white people, they're the Edomites, man. And they're viler than the earth. There's Job 30:8. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. These Edomites are viler than the goddamn earth itself, man. They don't wash, they don't clean themselves. Hey, during the time when Jake was ruling Europe, there were stories of Esau. He'll wear a garment until it sticks to his skin because this man don't wash himself, man. They will drink water out of the skulls of other Edomites, man. They're the true barbarians. They're the true cavemen. Okay? They're the true wild men. And these are the people that ruling over us. These are the people that call us defiled and disgusting, dirty. But they're fucking dirty, man. The Most High hates you Edomites, you so-called white people, man. But let me say this, you have a lot of Jake that's scattered amongst you that even look like you. The Lord's going to separate them from y'all, from you Edomites. But you original full-blooded Edomites, man, hey, the Most High hates you fucking devils, man. He created you just to be destroyed, man. And the Lord's going to destroy you at the end of this captivity, man. The Lord's going to show the world that the Most High is dealing with so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indies, and Haitians. are the elect of the nation of Israel, man, and not you Edomites. It's Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore, as I live, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashimi Abashai, I will prepare unto thee blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right. Watch that movie American Psycho. Watch that movie American Psycho. That's one of the prime images and examples of Esau, man. He loves killing. He can't put the knife down. He can't put the axe down. He can't put the goddamn gun down. He loves killing. He loves violence, man. He loves to put his enemies, chop his enemies' heads off, man. Putting his enemies through a guillotine. He loves that shit. He loves torturing. The so-called white man, Esau Edom, he loves touching kids, man. Being a PDF file, man. A boy lover. He loves that shit. He is the violent in the whole earth. He is the instrument of wickedness, man. Instrument of death. And since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. And when we in the kingdom, we're going to put you Edomites to hell, man. You think what Jake is going through right now is the worst? Man, ain't nothing. The Lord, our captivity is like a slap on the wrist compared to what Esau Edom was about to receive, man. You see pictures and images of Jake getting hung on trees, Issachar getting hung on trees, Gad getting hung on trees, Judah getting hung on trees. That's nothing. Can you imagine being a slave by God, man? That's where we're going to be as gods, man. And we're going to use spiritual power to put you Edomites down, man. See, when we was in captivity, this man the only thing he could do is put a bullet through our head and we go back to the spirit world. And that's it, we were dead. You know what I'm saying? He can't control the spirit of the flesh. He can't control the spirit. But can you imagine a man that could control, has power over not just your flesh and the spirit, but he could bring your ass back to life? Esau gonna be terrified, man. Hey man, when Esau be put in the when Esau is being put into captivity, man, we're not gonna care about your fucking crying, your tears, your sorrows, your pain. You better go to fucking work, man. You about to become a goddamn slave. Sorry about you Rothschild, you Rockefellers, you DuPont, you upper elite families. Y'all gonna be the first slaves in the kingdom. And you're gonna bring back your people after this great destruction that's to come. Because y'all the vilest nation on the planet Earth, man. And y'all gonna be the first slaves. You elite you Edomite, Amalekite families, man, y'all gonna be the first slaves, man. And blood is gonna pursue you. And we're gonna be slaughtering the Edomites in the kingdom nonstop, like they done to us. Read that book of Christopher Columbus. The Christopher Columbus notes, man. He said he couldn't put the sword down for 2 hours, man. That's how we gonna be in the kingdom. We ain't gonna put the sword down for days for how much you did unto us, man. And we're gonna have the spiritual power to see and memorize everything that you have done in this life and our past lives, man. And what you did to other Israelites. And what you did to all life on earth. You Edomites gonna pay, man. Okay, blood is gonna be upon you, man. You ain't gonna like it. You ain't gonna like when you see your people get slaughtered left and right. This Habakkuk 2:5. Yea, also because he had transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Right? Esau is a proud fucking man. A prime example of Edomite pride. Look at DJ Trump. Look at Nero, man. Okay, this man has a face, a look that no other nation can never, can possess, man. A level of pride that no other nation can, have, man. Because he's the proudest nation on the planet. He's arrogant as fuck, man. Esau is the walking embodiment of pride, wicked, and evilness and arrogance, man. He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, right? He likes to expand. Everywhere he goes, he brings destruction, he brings death. If you think about it, the only land that belongs to him is Mount Petra. That whole land of Petra, all right, Jordan, this is his holy land. It's cursed, but this is his borders, man. All the Edomites, you should be here, man. Every Edomite on this planet should be on this soil, man, in this land. If you're outside of that borders, man, you're a fucking walking terrorist, man. You're a walking invader, man. But see, he filled the whole world up with these Greco-Roman architectures. He filled the whole world up with his cities, his defiled cities. And who's going to bring that his cities, his dwellings down, man. He defiled the whole world, man. He defiled the whole earth. So guess what? Blood is going to be upon him and his whole nation. It was Habakkuk. Yep. It says Habakkuk 2 and 5, and is as death cannot be satisfied, right? Esau likes to just take, man. Once he has something, he just wants more and more and more. He can't be satisfied. Okay. Let me read this again. I think I skipped something. He's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, right? This man is in everybody's business. He is in everyone's business, man. He can't even keep his nose out of even the smallest things. The average Edomite just wants to be in your fucking business, man. Want to step and just want to get all close and shit, trying to touch your hair. Get the fuck out of here, man. I be watching videos of Eve, man. These Edomites, man, they be walking up to Eve trying to touch her afro. Eve be like, man, get the fuck out of here. No, I don't like them right here to be touched by you people, man. Okay? I be watching videos of Jake be having conversations amongst each other, and the Edomite trying to school all in and trying to hear what they talking about. Who give like mind your fucking business? But see, these Edomites, man, they can't do that, man. They want to be just like the Most High. They want to be in everywhere and anywhere all at once, man. They want to know everybody's business, man. Because they're prideful, they're wicked. They expand their borders like hell, man. The border of wickedness, man. It says is as death and cannot be satisfied, right? They want all the oil, they want all the blood, they want all the grape, they want grapes and fruits and vegetables and resources. The souls of men, they want everything on this planet. They want to say, oh, we're low on resources. This is a finite planet. Hey, the elder Howard, brother Gabari Howard in Hawaii made a lesson on how these Edomites be saying at these UN conference, these UN meetings saying that the earth is losing resources, is a finite, now a finite, limited planet. No, man, this planet is filled with resources, infinite resources. The main nation is who's fucking it up the most is you Edomites, man, and you heathens, but mainly you Edomites. Okay, because everyone's following after the wickedness of the Edomite. So y'all destroying everything. Y'all making this planet, y'all causing this planet to die, man. This planet is dying when the Edomites are ruling, man. The reason why the earth is low on resources, which is not supposed to be low on resources, because you Edomites are destroying everything. Chemtrails, chemicals in fruits and vegetables. Okay. You put chemicals in our waters and our drinks and everything. Processed foods, concrete streets. You toxified oxygen, you destroy everything, man. And most of us going to destroy you Edomites, man. But gather unto himself all nations and heapeth unto him all people. Right. He wants everyone and everything, man. Like that belongs to him. No, man, that truly belongs to Jacob. Gather the nations, man. We gonna make the nations as slaves. We're gonna make all people of the heathen as slaves, man. And everything and everyone on this planet belongs to us anyway. Because that's part of the covenant. The planet itself belongs to Jacob, man. The Lord made the earth for our sakes, man. Not you Edomites. Make sure brothers got any scriptures. All right, not. All right, cool. Read this. This is Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the day of mourning for my father at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob, right? That perpetual hatred. Okay, I'm gonna play this video real quick. The reason why Esau hated so much, because not just in his DNA, because it's in his spirit. I'm gonna play this video with the sister real quick.
Does not matter if they're racist or not. They don't want to hear the evil that they come from. They know it, but they don't want to have to think about the despicable things that their great great grandfather did while their great great grandmother stood by and watched while they hung black people.
while they burned them alive, while they skinned them, while they made chairs and shoes and shit out of them, keeping pieces of their bodies, passing them down as family heirlooms and shit. Some of these things that they still have possession of, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to have to live through that and know the evil that they come from, that they were bred from evil. They don't want the realization as to why they feel so deeply, so hateful towards black people. It's because it's bred in you, it's in your DNA. That evilness that you feel, that urge to want to kill a black person, it's in your DNA. It's who you are, it's what you come from. They don't want to have to look in that mirror and see their great great grandfather's features in them and know that they came from such evil.
Sis made a good point, man. But it's not just in their DNA, it's in their spirit. Because I'm reading this again. This is Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Why? Because Esau saw the blessing. And was for a red pottage. And when he realized how big that blessing was, Esau was ready to kill Jacob. He had that perpetual hatred, man. Okay? He had a perpetual hatred. What is that? Where's that scripture? Perpetual hatred. Yeah, it's all right. All right, not just so-called just to kill a black people, but also just to kill an Israelite, man. Perpetual. There we go. Perpetual hatred. You know, all Edomites have this. Okay, let me grab that. Let me grab this scripture real quick. The wicked are estranged from the womb. Grab this real quick. This Psalms 58 and 3. I'm gonna grab these last two scriptures before the computer dies. You know what I'm saying? This is Psalms 58 and 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies, right? Esau is born wicked. The Edomite woman, the so-called white woman, you know, that goes back to Esau, Edom. But the white woman, man, she's born wicked. White children, the Edomites, they're born wicked, man. They're born speaking lies. They're born speaking evil. The reason why lying is so common because you Edomites lie constantly, man. To a point that Jake even lies. We're not supposed to be like these heathens, man. We mainly not supposed to be like these Edomites. They love to kill and bring death, man. They like to just take things and rape, rob, and pillage because that's in their spirit to do so. And the main nation that they hate the most, that perpetual hatred, they so quick to call someone a nigger is Jake, man. Jacob. And Jacob loved Esau, man. Hold on, where's that scripture? Jacob, you know, he still have love for his brother, man. And that shows you to this day, you know, not on some coon shit, but hey, Jake be chilling, man. And you know, Jake is wicked, but Jake mainly be like, be trying to be cool with Esau, but Esau, he just had that hatred. He can't control it. Like she said, it's in their DNA, but mainly, truthfully, through the spirit, it's in their spirits, man. They wanted to destroy Esau. This is Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou has had a perpetual hatred, right? The word perpetual means everlasting, a forever hatred, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. In that time, their iniquity shall have an end. Okay, Esau has a everlasting hatred towards Jacob. This is 6. Therefore, as I live, save the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right, I'm getting it off here. This is the scripture I grabbed earlier. But yeah, man, you so-called white people, man, you Caucasians, even if you average Edomites, you have not done anything to a Jake, or you're trying to be cool with a Jake, still, you all have to pay for what you have done. All your nations have to pay for what you have done to the nation of Israel, the nation of Yasharala, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. Because you have constantly slaughtered, vexed, destroyed, massacred, raped, robbed, and pillaged us for centuries, man. And when the Lord uplift us, man, he's going to bring that back onto you. You're going to be the marginalized, oppressed people. You're going to be the niggas. You're going to be the ones that have no, to be the basis of all things. You're going to be the slaves, man, in the kingdom of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And we're going to be on the top, man. We're gonna be the head. And you Edomites and you heathens, but mainly you Edomites, y'all gonna be the tails, man. Y'all gonna be the bottom of the barrels, man. And every day that you wake up, prepare to be every day in the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, every day that you wake up, you Edomites prepare for judgment, man. Because every day is gonna be judgment upon your motherfucking head. So I'm gonna end it off here, man. And a lot of scriptures, but I could use these scriptures for another video, which will, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna end it off here, man. So with that, call law, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Dash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, peace and salutations to my fellow Akim Akwat out there that follow Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, but truth and sincerity. I like to say, Shalom.